Oi, oi. Sorry for the delay. I bloody well, I come and sit down, and then I'm like, oh no, the window. You could see the window. Ay, ay, ay. Oi, oi, how you doing? You all right, Marie? Good to see you in. Good to see you here. I've got this big old, you know those things that go down in like a circle, they're like circle, but when you spring them up and they go, wow, and it's like, you know, I've got like a back screen thing and I put it in the window. Oi, oi, Grommy, all right, matey? And I put it in the window because I sat down, I switched everything on, sat down and I'm like, oh no, the window. Because it's weird and I can't counteract the light with what's coming through, and it's a little it's one of those where you're like, I need a strip of it. But so this, and I'm sit down and I'm like, oh, I'll just go like, and I'm like, no, don't do that, because and then what you're doing, you're falling back into the bloody slack. Make it work properly now when you know you can. So I bloody like, okay. So I get up and I get the, you've got to kind of move away from everything if you don't know, because this thing's a big old round thing. So I walk over the other side of the room a bit, and as soon as you get it right, it's like, and then I had to maneuver it into the window and block it. It's all good, but at least you know what? At least I didn't give in to the slack bit of, at least I stopped myself from going there, and I thought, right, now let's do it right. Let's get it in the window. Let's make sure everything. Now I can see the light shining off my bleeding spam head. Oh, leave it out, eh? Good morning, Adam. Hope everything's good, matey. Thanks for turning up. Thanks for showing up, matey. I had a really good time the other what was it, Friday evening? Yeah, I had a good time, matey. It was a good old chin. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I had a blast. Tracy and I, my missus, and we had a blast last night. We had an absolute, it's freaking banging. And, it's true what they say, like, what you go to bed on is what you wake up on. And I tell you what, I'm feeling pretty damn good. I've been looking forward to doing this live anyway, because I don't know what's going on with me lately. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. Maybe it's that upshift. And all of a sudden I'm wanting a podcast and do vlogs and go walking and filming, and yeah, go and have a look at my YouTube channel at the I forgot what it's called already, chocolate, whatever it's called. I forgot. It's A&F. Anyway, great little place. Again, Grom came into the conversation and yeah, Grommy, we're gonna take you to this place because it's open late and ever so slightly peaking. Yeah, I don't know what I'm just going through the computer right now, matey. I haven't even got my box on because I wasn't too sure whether it's geared yet. I'm still doing it's a whole freaking story, mate, that. I love road. I ain't gonna knock them at all. I absolutely love road, and this was probably just one of those fluky things. I mean, everything is road. My mic stand, even the cable is road. Everything's road. My wireless mics are road. So when the old sound box died, you know what it was? Do you know what we think it? It's looking like it's pointing that way. and I'm like, I'm doing that. My missus is like, oh yeah, and I'm like, well, that don't make any sense to me. But do you know what it was? I'll give you a guess, matey. I'll give you a guess because it's kind of I was like, what? But yeah, once I get my settings right, I've just figured out I had three settings missing, and I'm like, oh no, because I had gone. You know what it was like trying to bloody learn it and know what the symbols meant and what matched what. And so I'm going back, and I'm like, but I picked up fairly early. I just went straight to YouTube again, man. There's all the damn info you want on there, people doing it and all that. So I went out there and started having a butchers, and figured out my settings that I thought had gone missing. And now I'm just got I did the mix minus thing the other day. I think I've got that set right. So now I'm just I want to do it through because I used to put my headphones on and use the mic for my work too, but I've been doing it all through the computer lately because of the box. But yeah, it was just shut. It was just like pausing completely out. It was just, I couldn't do anything. I'd start the intro. I'd slide in and out a couple of times, and then it would just freeze. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't do anything. And then it would like catch up. And I'm like, oh, that ain't good, because I was having to start all over again right from the beginning again. So we got hold of the company, which they're out in Australia. And, once we got an email thing going back and forth, and then my missus got involved because she's the computer techie side of things like that. And then she talked to them, and then we had to reset it all. Oh no! Does that mean it's all going back to the original settings? Yes, great. I'm like, musicians have all kinds of things, instruments, and everything running through these boxes, and I can't imagine if they had to turn around and say, right, you've got to go back to default. Oh, what? So I'm a little bit, because my wife was saying, about, I forget what she said now. There's something you can do on a computer that this didn't offer. But can everybody hear me all right then? Yeah, can everybody hear me all right? Because I know the writing stopped, the comments stopped, and I just wanted to make sure everybody can make sure I'm sweet as a nut here. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? How's everybody's week been? Everybody been the old PPA, PMA? Everybody been in that? We'll get a little breath. All right, thanks, Marie. Appreciate it. We'll get a little breath work in a bit. Oi, chill. Hope you're good, matey. Hope you're good. We're getting a little breath work, and I want to just. I don't know if anybody's gone and seen me. I can't remember if I podcast. I think I podcasted it. I get confused now. Good, crazy weekend. Yeah. I was just saying. I don't know if you were earlier, but I had a fucking my missus and myself had a date night last night. We had a fucking blast, man. It was really fucking cool. Really enjoyed it, and it's going to come in because the day started out a little bit naughty, I've got to say, and I had some I had some work that I had to do as far as the tools here, which I want to go into because it's a good lesson to learn. But how it ended out was brilliant, because I turned around to Tracy, and I'm like, you owe me some freaking dinner. Actually, I said, you owe me a carver bar, is what I said. But how's it going, Chill from Grom? It started naughty because of, well, I'll explain it. It wasn't naughty like that. But it started out like, but if you yeah, shit, man. It start. Well, I'll explain. When we get in, we'll do some breath work on that. But bloody hell, yeah. I'm just glad that it freaking. I said, because I'm like, I don't want my Saturday game. I'll say a little bit. And it was my fault a bit and all, because what had happened is, I think it was Friday, I think. Yeah, it was Friday, because I was going to bang out, I was doing a spare at the moment, banging out on a live, covering up, because Grom hasn't put his live out in a bit. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to I'll bang in a live. So I I put the thing up about doing a live and shit like that, and I can't remember where I was going with the story now. Oh yeah, so I had told, I think it was on the Thursday or in the middle of the week, Trace and I had this talk about we got to do things over, because we got a rental over, which is where I used to live. It was the first house I had, and it went, it was right in Studentville, right near UCF. I call it Studentville, right near UCF, the university. And it started, it was getting a bit where I'm like, I don't know if we can like stay here, and we were like tits up on the mortgage and all that, and we're like, we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to be able to move out. But then as the market, we were just in on when the market was so low that they couldn't get rid of their houses. They were nobody was buying them, and we were right there. So we got this rental guy. So there's stuff to do on it. So my missus bloody is like, we're going to be going to the hardware store. Let's do it on Friday night. And I'm like, I really don't want it on Friday. But I'm like, okay, well, there's no Grom Friday night at the minute. When are you back, Grom? 6, I think you said. Right, I don't know why I'm shouting. I'm freaking trying. I think it's the 6th. Put it up, matey, so people can grab hold. Of course, we get in at 6. There you go, sweet as a nut. Nice one. All right, so 6. Everybody remember the 6. Grom's back, thank. Because I've been fucking like missing that like the balls, man. I tell you what, it's weird. I have my routine, and then it's Gromster time and the news and taking the piss and everybody jumping in there and just having a freaking bit of banter and a laugh, and then the seriousness with stuff and all that, and it's great. I love it. And it's like, no Groms. I thought, bang a live out. So that's what I did on Friday. So anyway, you're bad. Yeah. Pain in the arse, mate. Tell you what, get them fucking lives back. Can you do it a little earlier? I don't know when the 6 is. It seems too long. And we're going to go live when you're here as well. We're going to bang out like you land on the Friday late. I think you did that on fucking purpose. So we'll do it, I don't know, on a Saturday or something. You ain't getting no freaking surfboard sniffs or nothing like that until you freaking bang out a live. Bastard. Getting away with it. So my missus is like, oh, all right, we'll do it Friday. I'm like, all right, well, So I'm like, yeah, all right, as you do, midweek. And then Friday comes around, and I got on the old Xbox with the fellas over in England, fucked about on there for a bit, and then I'm like, that ended, and I'm like, oh no, the hardware shop, because Trace had kind of made mention of it briefly, right? And I'm like, oh no, the hardware shop. So I'm like, oh shit. So I come down the stairs and I can hear her on the blower with a I didn't know who it was. I knew it was a mate of hers the way she was talking. But I can hear her on the blower, and I thought, shit, bingo. All right, I'll freaking delay it. We'll be good. Right. So I write down on a piece of paper, I want to go live at 5. Oh yeah, Dan, you all right, matey? A bunch of people in here, matey. Bunch of people in here. Grom's back on the 6. We kind of spoke about it. Thank God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So I'm like, oh, get up. So I wrote in a piece of paper, I want to go. I want to do a live 5:36 or whatever it was. And I kind of I go in and I show it, and she goes, "Oh, hang on a minute." So I know there's someone on the other end that knows me, and you know, it ain't like, hang on a minute, and I'm like, oh no. I wanted to just like breeze it in there and go, all right, sweet, right, and get on the live, right, and so never hit enter. I've done that, mate. I've done that with messages, all kinds of shit. But it didn't work like that. So many messages like, oh, you know, the hardware shop, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll compromise. I'll do it 5:30, and then we get over to the hardware shop. But it didn't work out like that. Dinner, you know, which was an absolute banging dinner. My wife made the freaking dumplings and all vegan spring rolls. Going to be making a channel for her at some point. Actually, she's actually been coming to me and talking about it. So one on vegan we're going to be doing. So, and if anybody's interested, let me know, because it's going to be around vegan cooking, and there might be some laughs in there as well, no doubt. But I want to get it. I want to get some cameras set up. I got the cameras, and I want to do it. I'm might bang it out on a live with different things. I don't know yet. Don't know where we're going with it. But if anybody's interested in it, it's going to be cooking with Trey. Yeah, boy, right? Right? Fuck yeah, he's right. Right? She's into it now. She was like, she's seeing what's been going on here and that, and she's like, and she's met a bunch of you guys, yeah, through here. About to meet Grom. Everybody loves Grom. Family loves Grom. It's like freaking Grom's a name. Grom is like one of the family members now. He gets mentioned as just as we talk about the dog as well. And not that you're a dog, Grommy. I don't know, though. With all those locks that you have, you could, you know. Yeah, Grom's just the freaking name. Grom's just a name around here. You know what I mean? It's just one of the many that turn up. You know, he's like family. So I can't even remember what I was talking about now. Anyway, don't really matter. Let's get into some breath work. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm like, really, I've been buzzing about this one for some reason. I don't know why I've been buzzing about this one, but I have been. And having last night we'll talk about that bit. But anyway, so I did get collared, but we didn't do the hardware store on the Friday night just to wrap this bit up. We didn't do it on a Friday night, which I'm like, yeah, bingo, lollipop. And then I heard, so we get there in the morning then. Saturday morning. Oh, no. We don't need any joy. We don't need any joy emojis floating up here like a party. No. It wasn't party. It wasn't I hear Saturday morning then and I go, I'm ready. Yeah, bring it on. No, my mind went, oh no party emoji, please, no parties. Because I went to, oh no. And I remember saying, I'm not giving up my Saturday, that's a boundary. Got to use what you learn, right? You got to use it. Anyway, not that it works with the wife. Well, it does. It does. Well, it didn't really, because I ended up over there longer than. We'll talk about it. Anyway, let's get into some breath work. Because I'm feeling fucking energy right now. Is everybody feeling energy? Is anybody not feeling like? How's people doing? How's people out there? Let's get a readout. Let's see what's going on out there and who's in here. It says 5 people. There was 6, but one dropped. Oh, okay, never mind. Sweet's an up. All right, sweet. We got old Adam is giving you sweet as a nut. All right. I've had one freaking monster. Yeah, that'll do you wonders, mate. You're going in a minute. Freaking that used to liven me up. Shit. I've been under the weather the last few days, but getting better. All right, this is going to help. Brings the immune system up, man. It builds that immune system up, allows the cells to start freaking getting you sweet as a nut, mate. I tell you, bring that wherever you're feeling it. This is when you bring that energy in, start pushing it in there. Yeah. 6 coffees and a Monster Energy, buzzing like a nut. that used to liven me up. I tell you what, shit. I used to do that when I was learning how to freaking do pest control on lawns, and I'd get like midway through. Well, it wasn't like, why am I so tired because of the heat and the current bun being like freaking 150 degrees, right? So I'd go and get a Monster. Yeah, that worked well with the current bun. Woo! Yeah. Made you sweat a little bit more. Wonder why. Feeling energy. Good. What else we got here? Matey potato. What? Matey potato. Yesterday was yucky, but it's better. All right, sweet. All right, let's get into some breath work then. Yeah, I've seen one person drop off. Don't know why. I think people want you to go straight in. I know I'm a little bit longer, but I'm buzzing. I really am. I'm buzzing like crazy. It's such a freaking great feeling to have after the freaking carnage of the past few weeks. Jeez. These days, I cherish this shit. I'm honestly having an absolute fucking blast doing this. It's like, honestly, thank you for those that are freaking loyal and turn up and keep in touch and follow the freaking Cockney Bodder community. Thank you. Because I tell you, I'm pushed this out there to make a difference to everybody and you guys and that. I really do. But it helps me. It really does, because I tell you what, it's an energy, and I freaking love yous. I swear to God, man. I'm glad you didn't go straight in as I needed to finish breakfast. See, so I always remember you, Dan, from last night. Oh, hang on a minute, because so I always like try and delay a little bit. You know what I mean? Sweeten the nut. All right. Loyal turnips. What's a lot? You know what? You got me, mate. Is that some kind of lingo from where? I don't know. What do you mean loyal turnip? The only loyal turnip is if it grows right and it tastes good. That's a loyal turnip. Right? Unless you're talking about, when you got all your fellas and all that. I know I've heard them called. I think I've used turnips for people. I think I have. I think I've used no. She said you're. Are you for real? Oh my God! See, I love that. You need Davey boy on here now. My mate Dave over there. You two need to freaking hook up. Seriously, you and Davey boy. I wonder if I can freaking message this fella and see if I can get him in here, because I tell you what. Let me see. He may or may not. I don't know, but we'll give it a bash. I'm even gonna voice message him. Yeah, look. Hey, listen, oi, Davey boy, I'm on a live, matey, and I'm mentioning you to the group. If you can jump on, I'm on there now. If you can jump on my YouTube channel, jump on there. You need to meet fucking Grommy and hook up with him, because he's just come out with something sounding like you, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? So yeah, you two need to. So here's a message for you. You can either completely ignore it, because I'm actually live doing it. So if you don't believe me, you can put my YouTube channel on at some point later on, and you'll get the message. Okay. So get on if you want to. All right, there you go. See. Here we go. Sweet as enough. And I got, what did he say? We'll be catch you later, me old mucker. No, No, not now, not later. Now I'm on there now. I'm on live. You know what live means? Live, yeah. It means I'm on there now, matey. You can catch it later, but what you're gonna feel like? What's your mind gonna tell you when you like seeing me do this and calling your name out and trying to get you involved with the with the community and everything? Yeah. What you're gonna feel like when you go, oh, I was in the supermarket. What are you gonna feel like then? Eh? Oh, there, you're gonna feel terrible. Anyway, love you, matey. All right. So I'll send him a message, as you see, right? Oh, Davey boy, Davey boy. All right. Yeah, you two need to hook up, mate, because he's like you'd have a fucking blast with that fella. All right. Mr. Techno here, matey. Hey, oi, oi. I've got it all going on. Fucking phone in one hand, right? Vlogging in the other hand. Podcast mic in my face. Oi, oi. See, that's what I'm right. That's what I mean, Dan, right there. What you just said, dude. I feared you have no idea. If my missus gets on, ask her. She'll tell you. She'll tell you. Ask her. See, I'm dead freaking flat out serious here. The phone would ring and I would go into a panic. I'd go into a panic. My palms would sweat. And I would even look at the phone and know who it was. And still wouldn't be able to answer the phone because I'd have all this. You have misconceptions of like you're going to hold the conversation, and I've learned through my own work with guiding people as well that those silences, those pieces of silence, are so important when it comes to the mind. Really important, and people have difficulty with silence, but when you're doing work with somebody it's so I thought it's like yeah, but yeah, feared the phone, man. I freaking scared shitless of the phone, right? But now look, it can be done. This is why I want to grow this community, because we're a bunch of like-minded people, hopefully. Right, I don't see anybody that ain't, right. We're all on a journey. We're all doing our thing here. We're all working on our minds. Everybody's got their shit, right. But if we can build this freaking community to where all right, it's the Cockney Buddha community. It doesn't matter, right. I call it the Cockney Buddha community because I want to build it around that. I want to build this channel. I want to get the word in out there. I want to get the podcast out there. I want to get the message out there. And it takes people like you, the loyal people like yourselves, that absolutely make my freaking day when I come on here on a Sunday, as well as yours, right? To spread it out there and get the word out there and get it because it's this is what it's all about. I've done it. There's things that we all know and can all teach, and we can all help each other. Or if you just freaking go, you know what, having a bit of a mind not right. Okay. If someone's had an experience with it, boom. If I can help somewhere, boom. If and it's building a community. That's what it's all about. Anyway, let's get into some breath work, yeah? So I hope you ain't all like freaking fell asleep after me going on the old freaking chin wag, stopping the old jaws. I'm like freaking who's Tin Man. Bit of oil, hold up, which I do need a little bit of oil, to tell you the truth, which comes in the form of coffee. I'm actually double fisting today. I've also got tea. Because I made the coffee, I thought I'll have a nice cup of coffee sitting on the front patio, and I went out there and I didn't really get to drink anyway. So wait a minute. Bliss. Okay, so just get yourselves comfortable. Get into the serious part a little bit here. So get yourselves comfortable. Sit up right, with your back away from the backrest if you can. If you can't, it's all good. Use your backrest. Meditation, it's not about making things difficult. I think people think it's so difficult. It scares a lot of people off. And breath work. Don't overthink these things. If you can, it's ideal if you can sit away from the backrest, but it doesn't matter if you don't. It's not something that has to be done. So sit up nice and straight. Put your palms in receive mode, which is upwards on your lap, or as long as you're comfortable. It doesn't really matter. Again, I always put my palms up in receive mode. If you want to lay down on the floor. As long as you're comfortable, put a rolled up towel or something underneath your neck. Keep the curvature in your neck. Palms up, arms down by your sides. Put something underneath your knees. Keep your back straight and flat. And then just don't overthink anything right now. Just being aware of the breath. And just allowing the breath to be there. Don't overthink. Don't force anything. Don't even try and make it happen. Just allow it to happen. And just bring the mind to the breath. And we're going to look at the quality of the breath. And following the breath right the way through. So that you become aware of the breath. And each breath is important. Every breath has its place, its cause, the reasons why. Slowing it down tells the mind that everything's good. There is no need to be panicking anywhere. Brings the body chemistry to a different level altogether when you start slowing that breath down. So start becoming aware of the breath and the length of the breath without forcing anything. Just becoming aware of the length of the breath. And just by bringing an awareness to the length of the breath, you can probably feel yourself starting to slow it down. Taking the breath in through the nose. Bring that breath all the way up into the sinuses. Down into the back of the throat, down into the lungs. Making those lungs work for you. So breathing that nice air in, all the way in, filling those lungs all the way in, pushing the belly out. Movement of the diaphragm up into the chest, all the way up into the clavicles, pulling that air all the way up in there. And then allowing that breath just to release out nice and slowly through the nose, just slowing it down a little bit more now, just becoming more aware of the breath. The movement of the body with the breath. What's the belly doing? Every single breath that you take from the moment that you are born is different. No one breath is the same for the rest of your life. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, if you never see it again, it means you don't really want it to leave. So take the breath like that. Those nice, long, deep breaths in. And then as you breathe it out, you're breathing out like you don't want the breath to leave. So nice and slowly, slowing it down. Again, becoming aware of the belly as the breath comes in through the nostrils. Filling the belly. Allowing the diaphragm to expand, move up into the chest, up into the clavicles. Suspending the breath slightly at the top for a count of 2. And then allowing the breath to slowly just release out. Relaxing the body more now. Releasing any negative energy. Any of that shit you've gone through in the week, just letting it go, allowing it to move. It doesn't belong there now. What you do today is what makes the difference in your going forward. What happened in the past may have put you where you are now, but what you do now is what changes going forward. You can even hang on to those things that happened in the week, or you can let them go and not allow them to affect you, and do what you can do today to move forward in a positive mind. You're already starting that by slowing that breath down, becoming aware of what the breath is doing for your mind. Any thinking that comes in, tell yourself that you're thinking, so that the mind knows that's exactly what you're doing, that you're thinking, and it can put it off to the side, and then it's not important right now. And then bring yourself back to that breath. Wherever you feel it most in your body, pull your mind to that area. Anchor yourself off to that area. Could be the belly, could be the diaphragm, could be the nose, could be the movement of the shoulders, slight movement of the shoulders. They go up slightly, and then on the release of the breath, they start to relax down. Imagine weights hanging off your elbows, holding down those shoulders. And then just become aware of the subtle movements of the breath, moving the shoulders while you're in a relaxed state. There is always a constant shift in movement, always, including the body chemistry. You're never the same. Second by second, you're never the same. Different person every single second. Even before the second, your body's changing. The thoughts, we can slow down, and we can tell ourselves that we're thinking and not react. Bring your mind to the breath wherever you feel it. Nice long deep breath in, suspending at the top, and then allowing that breath to release out through the nose. Think of that candle flame. You don't want to blow the candle flame out. You just want to move it slightly. Don't blow it out. Move it slightly with the breath out. Another nice long deep breath in. Suspend at the top. And allow it to release out nice and slowly. Think of that candle flame. You don't want this breath to go. You're never going to see it again. So hold on as long as you can. One more. Nice long deep breath in, suspending at the top. And then release it out nice and slowly, nice and slowly, nice and slowly. Feeling the body relax, tuning into how the body feels with the mind now, how the mind is and how the body feels. Tuning into that. Allowing the thinking to just be thinking, let it pass by. Bring your mind to what you really are feeling right now, what's going on within yourself. Feel the relaxation of this. And in a moment, I'm going to count you up out of the meditation. With a count of 5. And when you get to 5, just blink your eyes open nice and slowly. On 1. 2, becoming aware of your body a little more. 3, coming back into the room, wiggling your fingers and your toes. 4, coming back into a nice, energized, relaxed state of mind. And 5, blinking your eyes open nice and slowly, coming back into your system, back into your own energy. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. I need to drink some tea is what I need to do. Look at that, look. I didn't buy it for myself. My kids bought it for me. Honestly. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good with that? You know, it's about being completely with the breath. everything that you can possibly think of with the breath. Everything. Even if you've got like twitches in your eyes or anything, it's just bringing the mind solidly. Keep on coming back to the breath, back to the breath, back to the breath, and anchoring yourself wherever you possibly can. Sometimes you're going to go to one spot and it's not going to be loud enough for you, and bring yourself to another area of the body where you can anchor to that area. Well, another good idea is to, while you're laying on the floor, is put a book on your belly, so you can actually feel the book, and you can bring the mind and anchor to the book and the feeling of the book going up and down as the weight of the belly going up and down with the breath is another way you can do it. You can wet the insides of your nose to increase the volume. I say volume, increase the feeling that you feel, with the air. And bringing your mind to that, and don't label anything, right? Don't say it's cold air. Just what is it? What am I feeling? Because you want the mind to keep thinking about it. You want the mind to be like, okay, what is it that I'm exactly feeling here? What is it? And don't label, especially with sound. If you're sitting outside and you want to tune into the sound outside, awesome. Feels like I just took a value. Awesome, brilliant. If you're sitting outside and you want to tune in to sound, if you hear a bird kicking off, you don't tell yourself, "Oh, bird." Ask yourself, what is it like? What is it? What is it that I'm tuning into? What's the sound? What is the sound? Is it high pitch, low pitch? Is it behind me, in front of me, left, right? Is there mixed sound with this, right? Like, what? Tune into the actual sound. And what, have you ever been walking down the road and you might hear, like, I've done this with motorcycles, right? When you're out and you just hear regular motorcycles, right? You'll tune into that sound. So that sound becomes more of like a hum, because it kind of adds it in, right? And it becomes more of a, like, you're hearing them, but it's part of the mass of the sound that the brain is constantly computing, right? So have you ever had those times when, like with me with motorcycles, when I lived in England, more there, not so much now because it's a lot of Harleys here. But I know in England it was mainly Asian bikes, but every now and again I'd hear a British bike, and I knew I couldn't tell you what kind of British. I couldn't say, oh yeah, that's a BSA or a Triumph or a Norton. I couldn't do that, but the sound, and that's the brain picking up outside of the hum and going, what's that? It knows, but it's like, because we label it, we go, oh, that's a bike. So it just goes, oh, bring it in, right? It's the boom. If you tune out and you go, okay, don't label, say, okay, don't say it's a bike, or don't tune in. What's the sound? And you will pick up the subtle differences in the sound. Now you're starting to see how you're individualizing it's like the compartments a little bit, right? Because it hears it'll hear I don't know, a Triumph, and know it's different from all. And it'll go, okay, Triumph, poof, in the Triumph slot, right? Or it'll hear a boom, oh yeah, so it knows, because they're all different sounding, right? And so it's a matter of trying to tune that out. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Is everybody still in here with me? It's got a bit quiet on the old community home front. What's happening here? Come on, where's the energy gone? Let's pick that energy up. What's something someone's going to do today to make themselves feel better? What's something that you're going to do today to make yourself feel better? Maybe they all fell asleep after, right? So there's a question. What you're going to do today to make yourself feel better? And I want to get into, think about that a little bit, because I want to get into the story Good man, good man, good man. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you, mate. I want to get into a little bit of story because there's a little bit of a, there's a little bit of a message behind it. And like I was saying, it evolves around the hardware store and having to go over to the change in you was marked. Right, right. Um, I'm gonna, having to go and do the stuff at the other house, right? So when I got told about it, when I got told about because it came down to the insurance company. The insurance company's going, you got to do this, you got to do, otherwise we're not going to insure you no more for house insurance. We're like, oh, what? So I'm like, oh no, 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 no. So they're like, you got to do this and then and then and then. You don't give you much span of time to get it done, but you got to do this. So there was a hole in the. It's their own fault. This is part of it, by the way. It's their own fault, right? This hole in the wall by the pipes, which I fixed something back there years ago, never filled it back in case it, you think, oh, I don't have to chip it out again, So I didn't fill it back in, and so there's a hole still there. All they're saying, yeah, we don't, which it is, water could probably get in there, and okay. And there was some cracks on the wall, and they wanted there's where they've got crepe myrtle, big crepe myrtle, and it's touching the house, and it was just overgrown, and we it's been naughty, right? So when we grab all the stuff, we get to Home Depot, and we grab all the stuff, and I've got like wire because I've got to like fill this hole in to be able to get. I said foam it, but it's all hollow, and I don't know where the bleeding foam would have gone. It would have been better if I'd have just done what I could, foam it in there, and then do it. But anyway, I didn't do it that way. So we got wire, chicken wire, and all that, and freaking thank God I grabbed some gloves because my hands would probably not be here right now. So we get over there, and I go around to the side of the house where there's the hole in the wall. And it's literally like right in the line of fire of the current bun, right? It's literally the old current bun's right like above my bloody bald head, yeah, going, we are cooking you, we are cooking you. It's like, and the night it was like the Cockney landlord, yeah. Yeah. But so the old current bun's up there. Well, before that, oh, Tracy's on. I'm telling this, Trace. I'm telling this. Say hello, everybody. Oi, oi. Encyclopedia and Mrs. is on. Oh, jeez, man. Anyway, I'm telling the story. That's a whole other YouTube show. Which bit of this? I hope I'm not boring you guys. I really do, because I'm telling you, this is a story about like tuning into what's really there, and I like when I guide my guys, I sometimes will bring in something like this because it really helps someone to understand. One, it's happening to me. That's guiding them. It's like makes you freaking human, right? Cockney landlord, start filming. The thing is, it's my missus. See, I've got a story. Let me tell you this story. Someone's going to have to remind me where I was at because I've got to tell you this story real quick. I've got to tell you this story real quick. Oh, I can talk with a Cockney landlord. Oh, shit. We young fellas that were over there once, right? And I was going on. My missus had some kind of issue going on because she does it. I don't need to do. If I'm getting called in for backup, we got a problem, right? So Trace probably remembers this. So what we're on the drive over there, and she's saying what she's got to say to this fella. Or, well, I don't know. There was something going on, and I can't remember. It was a good while ago now, but there was something going on, and she's saying to me like, you know, you just freaking behave, just be there, but just behave, right? So I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, but if anything fucking kicks off, don't think I ain't gonna like, you know. So we get over there, and I come up on the front porch, and my wife's up in by the front. It kind of went like that, and then round. I can't see around where the front door is, and my missus up by on the front door. And if I remember rightly, one of these fellas comes in. I just kind of look, and he comes in. He comes up to the front door, and I hear something to where he kind of disrespects her a bit. I can't remember what he said or what it was, and I come round the fucking corner. I'm like, what? And he looked at me like, and my wife's like, no, it's all right, no, it's, you know. You know, you can behave or like, you know, sort this out like civilized human beings, or you know, take the miler off. Anyway, so getting back to the original story, because that's where the story is, where the actual learning part of it is. So there I am, I'm in the sun. Boom, boom, boom. And before, a couple of nights before, when all this kicked off, my wife's come out and she's like, bloody insurance starts out there, right? What are we doing? Straight away, pointing fingers, right? Remember what I said before? Pointing fingers. Bloody insurance company, blah, blah, blah. I'm not defending insurance companies at all. No way. I'm not defending that side of that. I'm not. Because I've had many run-ins when it comes to with my own businesses and stuff, and it, you know, it ain't clever when you're trying to make a claim and they're like, oh no, you're better off. Then why have I got you? Oh well, because we got you by the short and curlers. Oh well, that's why. Right. So anyway, but we started to be like, you know, bloody insurance companies, because they pulled our attention to what the issue is going on. And so here I am over in the current bun, like fucking mad as shit. I'm cutting wire out and putting in the fucking hole. I'm like, you know, getting mad and pissed off, and I'm like in the sun. And then I get up and I walk around the corner to where my wife, I need to get something. Where's my wife? She's doing the Trace. She's doing the cracks on the house in the full shade. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. And I come round the corner like just soaking wet, soaking wet, pissed off, freaking like, oh, nice one. So you're having a bleeding party around here, putting the old lovely jubbly. So the tension's there, right? The tension's going on, yeah. So I go back round and I get a chair. Thank God my wife manages to find me a chair, because I was crouching down, old man syndrome probably. I was crouching down, and when I went to stand up, I was like, hold up, I've gone to the war minute. Let's have a little. All right, feel better now. I was doing those moments, you know. So I get this chair and I'm putting the wire, and at one point halfway through doing the wire, I was getting to a point where I was like, I've had enough. That switch. I was going to that switch, because now I'm losing to the negative mind. And it's becoming aware of your losing to the negative mind. And let me explain. Yes, the insurance company pointed this out, right? The insurance company pointed this out, what was going on. Yeah. Now I am killing even my Friday. Got away with that one, kind of. And it was going into my Saturday. Reality. Right? And there's a reality to it. It's going into my Saturday. So there I am, laying boundaries. I'm only doing a couple of hours. I'm not playing the whole Saturday. I want to, you know, And trust me, guys, listen, you don't have to be doing anything. You don't have to be doing anything. It doesn't have to be something that you need to be doing. Even if you just want to spend time by yourself, maybe listening to some music or doing some reading or whatever, you're quite entitled to that time. We don't lay boundaries. We don't, even with ourselves. You know, when we don't have a project like that come up, we go on and on and on until we kill it off to the end, right? We don't go, right, I'm going to give it 2 hours, and then maybe I'll go back, you know, a couple of days later and give it. We go on, and then we get more and more and more and more and more pissed off. So, so there I am. You know, I'm putting this wire in, and I've got to get the frigging, you know, what do you call it? The not drywall. What's it called? Stucco. Right, we got a couple of tubs of already made stucco because I wasn't buying a bag of that shit. And what? No, not me. I'd have ended up with freaking stucco sandcastles, is what I'd have ended up with. And I'm not very, you know, I'm not. This is again where I turned it because I'm thinking construction, right? And I'm going, and what am I doing to myself, right? I'm not very good with construction. I'm a bit of a plum when it comes to, right? I'm downing myself. So already I'm in that mindset. And as soon as things are not quite going correctly with the wire and that, what am I doing? I'm starting to beat myself even more. You go down even more. And I got to that point where I was like, shit, I've got to freaking just drop everything and leave because my anger was going up. My patience was freaking dropping like a freaking sinking submarine, right? And that's not good. It's not good for my anger either because my anger can get worse, and I know that. So, but the job, I ain't leaving. Right? There's shit that has to be done, and I do say had to be done. So I'm like, I can't leave an hole in the blade. Whoa, and what's a solution? So the first thing I went to, and it's the one to go to, guys, when you're getting into those moments where you're bitching at something, right? Look at the reason why you might be bitching at it. Because we skip past it because the old ego comes up. It doesn't want to say, oh, when did this start with all this freaking growing the tree on the damn house and all that? We'd lost touch with it. So who am I mad at, really, right? Not the insurance, not the damn, right? Even though, yeah. Right, a little bit, turn a screw. Right, a little bit, yeah. Turn the screw with me a little bit. But mad at self, yeah, mad at self, right? But we don't tune into that. So the old ego comes up, doesn't it? Fucking insurance, point finger with us what we do. Boom, boom, your fault. The situation. Oh, yeah, wherever. We blame everything else because we don't want to freaking sit there and go, yeah, we let this go, which is what I did in the end. I went round to my wife and I went, hang on a minute, we got a situation here that's our doing. And I'm the thing I did with when I was doing the hole was I started going into, this is our house, this is our property. I think we lose touch with that, and that might sound absolutely freaking insane, right? I don't know. Please make comments. Please talk. Please, I don't, because it says 6 people's in here. Please, this is about open communication and chat and talk and. Because I don't know if anybody else has been there like this. Dan said he's been there, right? But I think we lose touch with what we actually are, what we actually have, and that ego comes up, and it kind of even pushes that out because we're angry. And so I started going into this is our house. Why am I not wanting to take care of the property? Why am I not wanting to sit here with some time, spend some valuable, yes, it's valuable, time's valuable, but why wouldn't I want to spend some of that valuable time putting it into what we're invested in, right? What's there, what we have. And then I started going into the gratitude of it. And then I started looking at the wire and that, and I thought, take construction out of your mind, because I've already told myself that I'm not clever with that, right? And the only way to break it is start looking at it differently. It's an actual opportunity to improve on something we own. We should be, I can't see, I think it's grateful to be able to even have property to do that. Exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That, right? My problem solving isn't good. I'm totally okay with taking my own blame. However, when the other side won't or doesn't acknowledge their part, I flip. Just right. I get it, right? I know that's what I was saying about, whenever I hear insurance company, is, and I don't want freaking people going, yeah, I work with insurance company, we're all right, okay, okay, maybe I'm not talking about you, but point the finger straight away because it's like something to point at. But then I'm like, okay. So I went to, what I did was I took out the fact that I'm doing anything construction or anything, because then it allowed my mind to look differently. Again, we label. So when we label, it comes in a box of goodies of something, right? There's a lot of, we label something and it comes with the beliefs and the programs and the thought processes with it, and blah, 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 right? Programs, the bit, what we think is the organic, right, which can be not organic. So we tune into the wording and the labeling. We tune into that more than anything else. So grateful. Damn, talk to text. Yeah, right. Damn, talk to text. Oh, he did. Was it? You did. Is Adam and everybody still in here? Is Marie still in here? Have we still got people in here? It says 5 in, but I don't know. I hope everybody's not getting bored with this content, because there is a little bit of a lesson here. But so we tune in so quickly, so freaking quickly. The subconscious mind, ego, right? Protect the ego, and we go there. So it's finger pointing first. So then when I got to the bit where I was like really screwing up, honestly, there was bits of I'm not, you don't make content, you give knowledge. Thank you, appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I've got to have a drop of tea. Sorry, I know this has gone over the hour. Is everybody good? Is everybody good? Everybody all right? Because if we have to wrap it, I'll wrap it. But if everybody's good, I've got to drop the tea, because I really want to get this story and what it's about, because I think it's important. I really do. Sweet. So, and my missus is in there, so she can vouch for me. And then I'll tell you how it all turned out, because we had a banging evening. Banging. It's going to be a banging day as well. Can feel it. Energy's fucking banging. You can make the day what you want, right? Get the energy up. Hopefully you get the energy up in the air. It's like, fucking, come on, let's go. Right? PMA. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Like a heartbeat. PMA. So what I did was I took out the construction bit, because then that releases my mind to think of something differently. So I started looking at the wire bit, because things weren't fitting. I was getting frustrated. I'm not very good at measure, Grom can go. Me, I go. Oh, what? There you go. Stay there. That's me. Right. So that's what was going on. I had I had all this, I put so much mesh in this bleeding thing, because I didn't have enough tubs. I didn't think I did, because it was all hollow in the wall and shit, right? So I'm like, think art. And I'm like, okay, funny because Grom actually came to mind, and a lovely, beautiful human being. I'd love her to come on here on Sunday mornings. Raquel, who's an artist, she came to mind too when I got to the other piece of this story. So anyway, I started like going, okay, you know, I even looked at the sun differently. I went and creamed myself down because I was trying to be that martyr again, wasn't I? Because again, what can we do? Blame it on something, right? Oh, I'm just going to sit in the sun, and I had no hat on, no nothing, right? Oh, you're going to fucking be a martyr, right? And meanwhile, it's going, I'm feeling, I'm like, why, right? I was going there, right? What am I doing? What am I doing? Punishing myself. And what do we do when we punish ourselves? Start blaming ourselves and start fracking. The anger starts going, right? So I said to myself, use the sun, right? Use the sun. Go and get the cream. It's in the car. Get the cream on. Stop being an idiot and a victim. Stop being the sun, the sun. That's what we do, right? That's what we do. It's trying to stop. It's there. Put that on. I've got a beautiful, nice, big brim hat. Beautiful hat. Got it down while I was on the beach. You see him on the beach all the time. Banging it. I like it. Protects my head. Right? Got this beautiful, you know, good cream. Sunblock cream put on my, you know, I've got it all there. But what are we doing when we go, well, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Because you know why? Because we're angry. And then what do? Then I go over to the missus. I go, fucking I go to that. No good, right? What does that do? Nothing. What is it? You know, they say in Buddhism, if you look at anger as a hot coal with an intent to throw it at somebody, right? The only person getting hurt is you. Right? Think about that. If you look at anger as a hot coal and you're holding on to it with an intent to throw it at somebody, there's only one person hurting, and that came to mind too. It's like, right, okay, I've got to think of it. I've got to think of this differently. So then I got to I got the wire in there, got it all sorted. Once I got all my freaking, lathered myself up and shit, right? Have to run out or wishing everyone a great week. All right, matey. Thanks for tuning in, dude. I'm near the end of the story. You got the gist. Have a good one, matey. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, yeah. So and then I got to the putty bit and I'm throwing in the stuff and it was going in there a bit. It was going in a bit like sight, not right. Anyway, started taking my time thinking art, and my other friend came in the picture with the old artist knives. When it's like, right, think, what would you normally do? And I started scraping it up. Anyway, I got it in there all freaking sweet as a nut, right? Then I came round and we had the tree to tackle, and my wife's like, oh my God, it's like, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it's freaking bad. It's really bad. But again, I'm angry at myself now for letting it do what it's done. So all we had was a manual little handsaw, and I took out some. Have you ever got into one? I've done it when we're moving and all, and something won't fit into something, and then all of a sudden I'm so mad, I go, and it will go. Oh, here it goes in. I did that with this trimming this freaking tree up. I got this handsaw and I'm going, yeah, I got rid of that. That did the trick. Helped me out. And we still got to get someone to like trim some of the canopy back and that. But no, so turning around, right? Look at our parts that we play. Look at those parts that where it's not. It's normally something that we're playing a big part in somewhere. And then the evening ended great. We had a blast. Had an absolute banging evening. I when we got done with all the tree rubble and stuff like that, and I look at my wife and I'm like, I deserve a carver bar for this. And I don't know if you've ever been to one of those. They're cool places. We found one We no. Apply that stoicism 100%, right? Yeah, right. It is. It's a matter of tuning into what's the reality of it, right? The reality of it is the core of it all. Man at yourself. And, really, that's it. But we'll point fingers and blame everybody and try and take it away from us and be on the friend with a phone on the phone with a friend. Oh, these bloody insurance, it looks all right. No, it don't. Right? That's what we do, don't we? I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Bit of a branch. It's all right. Not really. Right? Get it done and take pride in what you have and have gratitude for what you have and love what you have. And some people, I remember being in those where we all freaking, I've talked about it many times. When I first came here, I didn't have really, not an apartment, but, and now I look back at that and I'm so grateful that I had that, and so anyway, the evening, as I said, you Cockney carver. So if you've never been to a carver bar, go and check them out. You've been to one, Adam? Yeah, you've been to a carver bar. They're really cool. And we went to one a few weeks ago, and it was a Carver and Creighton bar, and they did like non-alcoholic cocktails, and it was all through Creighton and I love Carver. I like Creighton too, and I'm not telling anybody to go off because you're gonna have the one. Ow! Right? Oh, are you sick? No, I'm not. I'm telling you what works for me. It's so easy to let the stress and anger take hold and multiply. Yeah, real easy. Especially when I, ask Tracy, she's still in here. Ask her about the bloody, when my rage kicks off. It's not clever. It seems to be the path of least resistance. However, after the fact, it. Right. Always, the mind's always going to go where it knows and what's easy. Anger, easy, piece of cake. I can get angry like that. No problem. Controlling what's happening, well, not controlling what's happening around you, controlling yourself with what's happening around you is the challenge, and that's way stronger than just getting angry. If you keep yourself in check, fucking bang on to you, right? No, I was arguing with them, mad at myself. Oh yeah, right, yeah, mad at yourself, right? I mean, it's easy, yeah. So anyway, so we my wife's like, all right, yeah, we'll do dinner and we'll see what happens. So we find a place. Oh look, talking to devil, sure to appear. My wife walks in. Hello, wifey.
Hello.
You doing all right?
Yes, your daughter needs a printout.
Oh, my daughter needs a printout. Hello, oi. See everything. Oh, the bleeping dog's walked in. Everybody's in here now. Oi.
Sorry.
Don't you know? You don't have to be sorry. This is what it's all about. I don't mind about time sensitive. This is what it's all about. This is a family-run show. Oh yeah, you can hold on to the anger and totally. I'll get on the camera. Someone's saying hello.
I'm not kidding.
Not getting on the camera. No.
Sorry.
No, sorry, she says. I don't know if you can hear her. Get Tracy on the live. Get Tracy on the live, they're saying. Look. Get Tracy on the live. Look. Oh, I'm not saying it. It's on there. It's on her. Look. Oi. There's an end. But yeah, we easily go throwing it at ourselves. It's no problem to turn the anger on yourself. It's easy, especially if you've got like any kind of any of this going on where you can go that way, beating yourself up. Shit, you only need a trigger, right? That's what I teach my guys: triggers, all that kind of shit. Awareness, being a, knowing like I was yesterday. Shit, here I am sitting in the sun, baking. I know this is going to make me angry, but hey, let's sit here and just fucking try and stiff up and let it through. Yeah, that's sensible. Not with this, right? But we want that cooking show. They're saying we want that cooking show.
That's on you.
That's on me, she says.
You never have the cameras ready to go.
You're the chef. Sorry.
I cook every day.
I know you cook every day, dear. But you never tell me, and I don't get. You got to give me time. There's a lot of production work in that. Cameras and lighting and all that. It's all got to be done professionally, matey. You can't get away with that. All you got to do is stand there, chop a few onions up.
I'm not stopping you from setting up the cameras.
I know you're not.
I start dinner at 6
I know you're not
o'clock.
story, but I need to know where you want to chop shit, where you want to, it's got to be right. You can't let down the old Cockney Buddha, mate. It's not on. Anyway, I get spun out and walk away and hit again after it. Yeah. It's because you haven't dealt with the shit, the trigger. When the trigger isn't dealt with, well, it's like yesterday. I was all right once I figured out what the heck was going on here. Right away along though, like right up to beating myself up to where when things weren't going quite right, even with the wire, I was beating myself up like, you're fucking useless, you don't know construction. I went there, big, right? It's like you make everything massive, like big. Like, I don't understand construction. And I started going there. So then being aware of that, because that's what we do. We start to, because I'm not, it was like when I'm doing this work, when I was doing podcasts and stuff like that, Grom was like fucking grab it. I'm like, well, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. Well, just go like that. And I'm like, what? And that's where it started. And then once I started I didn't understand computers. I didn't know what files were. I didn't know shit, man. And my wife was panicking because she knows all that. And she's like, I'm not helping you out. No, ain't going to happen. I'm not. If you want to start this, that's on you.
Is that how I sound?
Yeah, that's how you sound to me. It's just like I probably sound like something in your head, dear, don't I? Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
If he gets a slipper hit him off from the side of the camera, I'm going to die laughing. Cue the slipper. Yeah. Oh, you ain't buggering up. I've seen her freaking take off out. You bastard. This ain't right. You know that. You know this ain't right, right? Look. Oh! What was that?
Oh, thank you.
Bye, thank you, she said. Oh, I guess that's her little bit of energy to the show. What's going? You can tell the energy's gone up, right? What's happened? This is exactly how I want this. It's about mental health. People are going to come on and think I'm not serious about this at all, right? I'm dead serious about this. But I want it to be to where you can relate. And that's what this is about, relating. When you can relate and you can come on here and you can have a little bit, relax a little bit and have a little bit of a laugh and then, bring on some of the like questions and seriousness around some of these subjects when it comes to this. If I can, I'm not going to claim I've got all the bloody answers. Don't get me, there's been times when I've sat in front of clients and said, I don't really have an answer for that. That's cool, but the working it out is the bit. May not have the answers, but I don't leave my guys hanging. I'm like, all right, I don't have the answer. Well, let's figure that out. What's going on with you right now? Why would you think that? Where are you going with that? Have you heard that from the past? Has that been a trigger for you somewhere? Have you heard that when you were a kid? Have you had experience in your past with something that resembles anything like it's? Go look. Yeah. Everyone that knows you know what you're doing. Every show is going to be, yeah, I know. And I tell you, you know, again, I fucking love the fact that you're sticking in there with me. I mean, we're an hour and 19 minutes in, and I normally quit at the hour, and I'll probably lose views because people are like, oh God, no, 19 minutes. And then they don't see, they don't learn anything because they're not going to see, you know. Need to pick up a compressor to finish right tomorrow. Speaking about construction, right. But anyway, I'm actually gonna break this down in a sec. But talking about beating yourself up and all that shit. Yeah. Have a great day, Adam. Thank you for turning up. I hope you got something out of this and had a little bit of a laugh and tuned in and maybe got some answers a little bit to some anger shit and that. Yeah. So I hope it helped, man. And thank you. Always there, always loyal. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. And you can always get a hold of me, dude. Seriously. mindnutritionforall@gmail.com. Get a hold of me, man. You can fucking email me anytime you want, all good. So mind nutrition 4 all at gmail.com. Right? You can email, anybody can email me. But yeah, so I hope you help. Anyway, I'm going to break this down now because I could go on talking. I've got a great buzz going on. I'm feeling saucy. And when I've got this energy going, I can keep talking. So I hope everybody, I've got to drop a tea. Hang on a minute. Hey, get this, before I leave, I don't know if I've said I've got this new chiropractor, right? He's from Portsmouth over here in UK. Great guy, banging guy, great team of people. Big shout out there to the Orlando Spine Studio there out on University, down by Rouseway. If you go down at the Orlando Spine Studio, banging place. Great guy. The team, a bunch of beautiful people. You walk in there and you feel welcome. We chat. It's a really, really cool place. Big shout out to the freaking physical therapist there. Great fella. Great fella. That's been, working on my neck and shit. Awesome. Anyway. So the last time I went, get this, I've only seen this fella a couple of times. And the last time I was there, because we got to put things on hold because he's actually over in UK right now. So I put things on hold until he gets back. So I sit there and he goes, how you doing? I said, yeah, I'm good, man. He goes, so what do you want brought back? And I went, what are you talking about? So he goes, well, I'm going over to the UK. What do you want? And I went, what? Because I literally don't know. I only know the fella. And I'm like, what? And he's like, what would you like brought back? The first thing I always think of is tea bags. Tea bags. Proper PG tip or Yorkshire tea is another one. Tea bags. Proper tea bags. Because we'll buy a box of like 40s. I think it's 40s. Tracy's in the room, I think still. I think it's 40s. And 40 tea bags. I forget how much. I think they're like near the same freaking price as what we used to get like for 240. I think it's the big boxes, like the big. So every time I go back, I'm always grabbing tea. I'm always grabbing boxes of freaking because the one beautiful thing about the Boston Tea Party is they said that when we can bring any amount of really tea, they can't say anything about the tea coming through customs and that because of that. Believe it or not, that's what I heard. Might be wrong, but I heard that I've never had a problem bringing tea through. I write it on the thing how many boxes or whatever. But they apparently they can't say anything about tea because they're saying to do with the Boston Tea Party. So I'm like, shipment, come up, bring in a pallet because we go through tea. I drink tea, man. Holy shit. What's that? 2 times 25 kg is cases. Oh, right. You're talking about the weight volume in you. I'm thinking I'm thinking because I think pounds still, which is like 50. I think it's like how much you're meant to have, 50 something pound. Oh, Grommy, get a hold of Trace and I in WhatsApp because we are actually going to be talking today. Trace and I we're going to be talking about things to look at because we're always going Grom. Oh, custard. Listen. This is yeah. You know about the ambrosia. Yeah, can of. Don't go crazy with it because it's like it doesn't matter. It's traces. It's all right. Get tea. Don't worry about it. Right. So because we want to know what is. There's always those things we like. I really want to do that, right? And I know there's like the tea and custard. Yeah, it's probably sounds like rhyming slang for something. The slipper is coming back. Custard. But what was I saying? Yeah. We've got a bunch of ideas that we want to do here. Florida stuff, different areas we want to take you. One of them is St. Augustine. Check it out. It's a beautiful place. It's the oldest town in the US. The Spanish had it. The English had it. It's a beautiful, beautiful town. It's like freaking 400 or 500 years old or whatever it is. And it's a really, really cool town to visit. A lot of cool stuff. Very progressive. It's on the There's a it's by the ocean as well, but it's a really St. Augustine. Look it up. Nice place, really nice place. It's the oldest town in the US. That's what I did. Didn't I just say that? Did I just say that? Taking the credit. See what I mean? See what I have to put up with? Taking the credit, right? Oh, old Trace comes in on the old sideline, says it. Oh, great. Party freaking emojis and shit go up in the air. Look, hearts and all that. Yeah. Trace says it. I say it. Nothing. Brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. See who the freaking loyalty's like with. Oh, lovely jubbly. The encyclopedia gets the vote. All right. It's all right. I'll just sit here and fucking be quiet. My neck just cracked, man. Did you hear that? I went like that. He went, and oh, hang on, don't do that. All right. So yeah, Grommy, think about what what's like a game on. I know surfing. I know that, right? Also, want to work out what we're doing about when you first get here because you're going to want to get. I know you want to get a board like pretty sharpish. So what the score with that as well. What's that? Got to get there late in the day and see it in the daylight and at night. Yeah, St. Augustine. Yeah, because it's nice at night as well, and it's a different vibe. There's a different vibe there at night as well. It's one of the places where I'm like, yeah, got to take one. Lovely jubbly matey, potato, matey potato. Yeah, it's knowing where you want to, where you want to be. And my missus knows the freaking area like the back of her hand, matey. Right? She knows all the different areas. Apart from we turn up and something's been built, she's like, "I don't have it up here now." Oh, what's that? What did you write there? Use sound good. What do you mean use sound good? What the heck? We're typing. You can't. You can hear me. Can do it while has still talking on here. Can't do it while. Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm breaking it down. Yeah, is that my message? Okay. Yeah, I'm coming off. I want to get myself sorted out. So I've got to reheat my tea up and all that as well, and get myself sorted out as well. So, all right. I'm going to break it down. I hope everybody got something out of this. I hope everybody, you can laugh, mate. I see you over there in the corner, mate. Laughy. Yeah, everybody have a good laugh at the old Cockney Buddha getting one in the ear hole. Oh, it was this Luggo, wasn't it? It was this Luggo. I copped it in this old shell like in this one, the old slip. I'm glad it wasn't like a bleeding heavy slipper. I took your bleeding glass here. She don't come in light, mate. She's coming in with it. Boom! Fucking look out. Here we go. Thank you. I'm glad you had a good show, guys. I'm glad you're thank you again for turning up. Appreciate each and every one of you. Always do, always will. You make the show by turning up. Thank you. I've got to, if I keep on saying thank you, I'm going to go on longer, and then the door's going to open, and then there's going to be more than a fucking slipper diving my way. Let me tell you. So love you guys. Thank you. Stay that course. Keep it going for the beginning of the week. Remember, beginning of the week is a new start. Doesn't mean a bad start. You make the start yourself. Make the start where you want to start. Move forward with it. All right. Positive. PMA, PPA, love yous. Take it easy. Namaste.